Dwayne, how about at U.S. Air Force? I know you've got an extensive background in 5G in general. Tell us what's happening at U.S. Air Force and what's happening with sort of the whole 5G community, so to speak.
All right, great, thank you. Yes, I came back from industry a couple of years ago. I had been working with previously Alcatel-Lucent, which is now Nokia, GE Digital, and then Cisco, and telecommunications business development internationally. And so what's been exciting in coming back to the DoD is to see the innovative spirit, a real drive to do things differently and take advanced technologies at the early stages rather than wait until they're more established. And I see that's what's happening even with 5G. As everybody knows, 5G is really still in its infancy. It's still such an early stage. But right now, it's the time where we see the foundation being laid. For the Air Force, that means putting even 4G LTE first in 10 bases in the south part of the United States. And now we just gave out contracts for the western part of the United States. And so it's laying that foundation where we start with 4G and then move up to LTE. Additionally, many of you know that Tyndall Air Force Base in Florida had been affected by a hurricane. And so that's an opportunity to set up the base of the future. How do we bring innovation in at the early stages and set it up and use that and then scale it across the Air Force? And so even just this past month, there's been a workshop with industry and with the Air Force and trying to bring in some innovation into establishing Tyndall Air Force Base. And so 5G is part of that concept as well, especially as we think about the flight line of the future. And we can talk more about some of those use cases as we go forward. But even there, we brought in the team from Hickam Air Force Base that's part of the DoD 5G test beds. So it's not just what the Air Force is doing. What I really like, again, coming back into the services here, is seeing how the services are really working together, especially with this DoD 5G test beds across 12 different installations and all the services.